Hello everyone, in this video we're going to learn about what is a variable and why it's called a variable and different types of variables and why we should use variables, and there are certain rules you should know for variables and how to assign and display variables. This is going to be a practical session and you're going to know it in the next video. So let's start. First of all, what is a variable? Now, a variable, as it says, is a name given to a memory location. Now, basically, whenever we declare a variable, let's say here there is a variable called name. This is name, and this is its name is actually variable, and I am storing my name inside this variable. So my name is Fahad, which is a value, and the variable is name. Now in R, I'm going to type it like this: name, and then a smaller sign, and then dash, and quotation mark, and I'm going to write Fahad and close it. Once I press Control Enter, inside the memory there will be what? Memory allocated for this value. Okay, once I press Control Enter, we call it declaring a variable, and the variable contains this value. Think of all variables are like boxes, and inside each box there is a bunch of values. Okay, one value or more than one value. One value or more than one value. Here in our example we have only my name, so it's one value. Now obviously, since it's a text, the value itself is a text. In data type we have character. I'm going to write 5.5. the data type will be double. Okay, now inside the memory, okay, a variable is going to be located with the value of Fahad. Let me show you. Here, this is the memory. Now let's say I am declaring variable x, and number 4 is the value. So this value is stored inside variable x. So the x is actually a box. Okay, that's the box, and inside the box there is number 4. Now for me as a human, inside RStudio we know that the x is the variable, but if you go inside your PC and inside your memory, this x, which is the variable, it's actually a hexadecimal number. But because we humans cannot memorize this hexadecimal number, so you're basically giving an alias for this hexadecimal number and calling it x. So it's a variable address. We're giving a name. You know, it's like it's exactly like if you are on Uber and you're just installed Uber application on your phone, and then you put your home address. Now your home address is not going to be home. You're just going to be some street number, department number, city, state, and stuff like this, but you're going to save it as home. So whenever you want to call your ride or you want to go to your home, you're just going to click home, or you're going to type home, and it's immediately going to load all these instructions for you. It's exactly the same. The home is the x and the instructions are this. Because it's hard for us, we humans, to memorize this location of the memory inside the memory, we just call it an alias, which is an x. So actually x inside the PC is this long hexadecimal number, but we are using it x because it's easy for us humans to memorize. This is like an advanced thing you should know about how the variables are declared inside your PC. Okay, so why it's called variable? Now before I go to this section, variable, I mean here we know what is a variable. Variable basically it's a name giving to a memory location. So we're actually it's a location inside your memory, and it has an alias called name, or in this situation x, and it has a value. Now the box here, inside of it, if you open it, you'll find number 4. If I reassign x to number 60, then the same box will have the value 60 and the value 4 will be removed. Okay, so why it's called variable? Because it can change, it varies. Here I have x and I assigned hello, and the type of x is character now. But then the same variable I assigned number 15, and when I said type of, it gave me double. So here the data type changed, still the same variable. Try to pay attention. I mean, maybe it's a little bit complicated, but it's the same. They're both x. It's the same variable, but once the value is changed, the data type itself it's changed. Let me explain a little bit more. Let's say I have this laptop, and this laptop is a value, just like here 15 and hello is a value. Okay, so laptop is value. Can I put the laptop in this lady purse? No, lady purse is very small. I don't think I can put this huge laptop in this lady, so I can't. Can I put the laptop in the laptop bag? Yes, it suits perfectly. Can I put the laptop in this box? Yes, you can, and you might be able to put another one. So here I have two variables that can store this value. But what about this one? It's a coffee machine. Can I put it in the lady purse? Nope, I can't. Can I put it in this bag? Maybe I can, maybe, but it won't close. But can I put it in this box? Yes. Why I'm explaining all these things for you? What I want to tell you, that just one thing I want to tell you, that once the value is changed, the data type and the variable is changed. Okay? What do I mean by that? Now here we have the basic data types. Remember that we have other data types, so we're going to explain each one separately later on, which is a list and data frame and vector. Why I'm going to explain them separately, because they're like they need some focus on that thing, because we're going to use it a lot. But these are the basics. Okay, now pay attention. We have numeric data type, and we have double, and we have integer. We have integer and we have double. Now we all know that the integer is like 5, and 5.5 is double because there are decimal. But by default in R, they are both double. And if you want to make one of them, if you want to make integer, just add a capital L and then it will become integer. Now, in most programming languages, or some programming languages, when you declare a variable, you declare the type also. Java, I think, will it's like this. So you say something like string x equal 5. So basically you're telling the programming language that the x is actually not string. String is integer x equal to 5. I'm giving example, guys. Okay, what I mean here when I wrote this command, and let's say a semicolon, that I'm declaring that the x is an integer and it holds value 5. In R, we don't declare the type. We just write x smaller than sign and then 5. That's it. And R by itself is going to know and assign it by default into double. So basically R will save time for us. Instead of we declare the type also, we just declare the variable, and R will do the work for me and find out the type by itself. Now remember here, these are the values, which were the laptop and the coffee machine. Okay, and here the data type are the variables. Now I'm trying to explain the numbers here. Now the integer is different than the complex. Obviously the complex is much bigger. So if you write a complex number, by itself R is going to assign the complex data type because it's bigger. And if you write a letter, it's going to assign a character by its default. This is what I was trying to say here, that once your value changes, R will do the job to assign the value to which in its proper data type. Okay, if you guys are getting confused, all I'm trying to say that the x, let's say x is 5 and it's double. Okay, and then x, again the same value, I will write hello, and now x became character. So because let's say hello is bigger than 5, which is double, by itself R, when he saw the value changed from simple to complex, immediately he found the appropriate data type for it. That's all I'm trying to say. Go to the next one. Now, naming variables, there are certain rules if you want to name a variable. Now, variable can contain letters, upper and lower cases, and numbers. You can name them like F1, N, name, 5, and so on. The only special character allowed in variable are dot and underscores. I'll tell you to only use underscore. Dot might get you confused between other commands. So just use underscore. A variable name cannot start with a number or underscore. You cannot rename a variable underscore name. No. Neither is one name. Don't use underscore, don't use number 1 at the beginning or any number. Okay? A variable name can start with a dot but cannot be followed by a number. You cannot name it dot 1 name. Can't do that. Okay, just make sure that you follow these rules. And then we have some reserved words that cannot be used in naming variables. You cannot do this. If smaller than then 5.5 doesn't work, because if is a reserved word inside R. It cannot be used as a variable. Same thing for else, repeat, while, functions, true, NA, NaN, inf, all these. Okay, you don't have to memorize it. You'll have the video. You can see it. And that's it for today's lesson. For this complicated thing, all you have to know that once the value is changed, the R will allocate it to its appropriate data type. Okay, that's all you have to know. And in some programming languages, you have to declare the data type and then the variable and then the value. But here we don't have to declare the data type. R will by default find the appropriate data type for it. And these were the basics data types. Later on, we're going to know about the other data types. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.